back.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. OTB, season forever. Season 4 of Over the Bridge podcast. Myself, Tom. Who else do we have in the building today?
P-Money, Patrick. Good to be back.
Got Kofi. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a minute since we've been on the street. So yeah, nice to be back.
Yeah, man. So we've been away for a little bit, to live lives and do various other things, but we're back now. Hopefully we're going to try to put out content on a once weekly basis. And that's about it. And I think to begin with the season, and we don't know how long the season's going to go on for anyway, but it's going to be
one long season.
Forever.
Season
OTB
forever.
for season forever, But I think to begin, and Bilal, where's Bilal? He's traveling. He's gallivanting,
Gallivanting.
Bilal's
boy.
doing Bilal.
Yeah,
He's doing Bilal. He's travelled so much, and that's still the case. But big up Bilal still. But we have a very special guest. Yeah, I got my tongue tied there. He's been here before. He's the child of our time. He's our young king. He returns after a year studying at Cambridge. We were very honoured to have him here last year. So he's, matured by 1 year. At least we hope he's matured.
Yeah.
Baker.
It's good to be back to, the same studio. I don't know, I kind of feel like it's where a lot of things started in terms of my outlook on the university journey. Yeah. And even since then, just being connected with you guys, seeing what you're getting up to. It's good to be back.
It's cool, man.
You're welcome, bro. You're
welcome, man.
So what you been up to this summer?
This summer has actually been very different.
Hot boy summer, yeah?
My degree. I mean, I wouldn't say that.
It was a hot boy summer.
It's definitely been enjoyment. I had like a week in Spain with some friends. That was good. I think that's the hottest it's got. And then after that, I kind of did an internship at Unilever, which was not at all in line with the whole medicine thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I needed that just to remind myself that my degree isn't the be-all, end-all.
Yeah.
Because like first year was very kind of stressful at times, and it was because of that whole mindset of thinking if your degree doesn't go perfectly, then you're nothing. But you're not nothing. There's other things out there. So that's been the kind of summer I've had. Just trying new things and seeing what happens with them. Really
cool, man. What's that internship saying? Because I know my previous job, we used to have Unilever as one of our partners. And so there'll be people from students that I worked with that'll go on to do internships and stuff there. I know there's loads of different departments that you wouldn't necessarily think are part of a big company like that. What are you up to there?
Yeah, so we actually got it through Amos Bursary, a scheme I'm on, with some friends of mine, Sean, Nana, Jeremiah, David, Kamal, and I personally was in HR, human resources, and working with I think it's a subsidiary of the company called ETS. Okay. And my whole kind of project over the course of the month was to come up with this self-assessment tool that will help to upskill workers that are being made redundant. Okay. So in terms of giving back and the value of it, it was pretty important. And I kind of liked that, even though it was a different kind of thing from medicine, it was sort of in line of kind of helping people and trying to contribute to their careers. It wasn't easy. It wasn't the most exciting things all the way through, but it was definitely kind of drawing upon different skills I didn't realize I had to use in the professional world. Yeah. And it kind of gave me that kind of thought process of, do I want to do medicine? Do I want to consider something else? Which is, I think, always good to kind of have those thoughts,
100%.
And what was it like in that sort of working environment? Were there any challenges, any struggles that you had?
Was it Leatherhead? Or was it the...
Oh, yeah, see, there were 3 different offices, right? A lot of the people doing the intern that I knew from Amos Bursary were all in Leatherhead together. Yeah. So they sort of had that comfortability of during lunchtime, even if it's kind of stressful, it's dragging, we can kind of band together, keep each other going. Whereas I was placed in the Kingston office alone. And there's also another friend of mine, Kamal, who was in the London office alone. So I think he kind of benefited because London's a lot more fast-paced, it's very corporate, so you keep yourself busy. Whereas Kingston, I think, is a bit slower, a bit laid back. And my colleagues were kind of mostly middle-aged white women, particularly in HR. So it was a thing of kind of just navigating that and trying to settle in before I even started doing any serious work. So it was definitely challenging, but I think the vibe, like, it was different, and in the end, I kind of had to get used to it, but it was good to kind of test myself in that environment, I think.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool. So, Cambridge.
Yeah. Let's talk about first year.
First year.
So you took, I don't know, you drove up in October or something and landed there.
Yeah,
on a
what was
Sunday.
the first day like?
What's the journey?
I still
take
remember
us
my
back.
first
I remember mine as well.
Likewise.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys can relate. I think when you touch down, it's the feeling of kind of nervousness, but at the same time, excitedness. Because at that point, it's still this kind of fantasy, or like this kind of uni you hold to a very high regard, and you're not very sure as to what it's going to be like. So on that day, I was kind of just meeting people, looking at my room with my name inscribed on the top.
That gassed me though. I can't lie. When I saw my name written up on the wall, I was like,
Dave fucked my name up, boy. Dave
it.
fucked up my surname, so I wasn't even
Seriously.
Yeah.
My
for
college
like
didn't
months.
even do my name
I was
still.
going to say some colleges don't.
I was I'm like the ugly duckling here.
what do you mean?
Homerton didn't do like names on doors.
Oh, because it was a modern one.
Yeah, just like, here's a post-it note on your door. I think that's what it was. There's no name on the door. Whereas other old colleges, like it's inscribed at the top of the door.
Even my college is not that old, but I had my name on the front of the corridor.
Still.
So what did they do to your name?
Oh, they added letters that weren't meant to be there. They just, I don't know what happened.
Someone just splurged.
he had go with the name, man.
I think it was like, it ended up being like Dapper Dan Kwamo. It was different.
Because there was a Dapper Dankwa at our uni, innit?
That's a lie.
No, Jenny. That's her surname, innit?
Yeah.
Dapper Dankwa.
Yeah.
Jenny who?
Maybe
Nice.
before your time.
She had the Dapper Dankwa.
Yeah.
You're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
Impossible.
What do you mean impossible?
Impossible. Bro, Dapper's a relatively bait name, yeah, but having it together,
Yeah.
that's
What, two bait names?
No, just that name, Dapper and Dankwa, innit? That's
together. Like,
that's quite a combo, innit?
Yeah,
You know, like you see, you got bait names like bait Ghanaian names like Mensa, Achempong, and all of them names. Yeah, like
So what? You can't have two.
No,
bait
it's not.
names?
It's not that. But if you had someone with the name Mensa Achempong, it's like, rah, this is a kind of a bit mad still. Like,
This person's very Ghanaian, like.
not even that. It's
Not
just
even
like the
that, it's just
combo,
like,
the name,
yeah.
innit? Like, yeah.
So Dapper
enough.
Dankwa is not like.
no, it's not a bait. Like Dapper by itself is relative. Obviously, you know Michael Dapper. You got It's
but
relatively
to have it
bait.
together will just be a bit weird.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Shit, Peter House as well.
No, Jenny was at where was she? Tolu was at
Peter House,
Yeah,
yeah,
you know
it's the
Tolu.
district, yeah.
Anyway, we'll
move in,
digress.
we move.
Yeah.
Was it like double barrel?
yeah. My team's
okay.
done but not anyway.
Okay.
Not about me.
Yeah, so I got there. And on the first day, it was just that excitement. First kind of few days, I think they were fine. There weren't too many like things that took me by surprise. I mean, I expected it to be predominantly white. And my first kind of outings were with the ACS. So at that point, it's kind of chill, a lot of fun. It was just when the week progressed that I started to see Cambridge kind of nightlife and social life for what it really is. And then I started to question things in terms of like...
We got to peel that layer by layer, man. So,
yeah.
Right, what I'm thinking, let's
Hold on,
It's
first,
the
what
bright
college
side.
are you?
yeah.
I'm at Clare.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
Yeah.
a nice college.
That's a nice college, man.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
pretty. And I think it's like central,
It's quite
but it's
central,
not
but
too
it's-
big.
yeah,
Against
yeah,
the back.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So,
So it's a nice college, yeah.
let's talk about.
Is Cindy's still called
yeah, the
Cindy's? Do
nightlife.
people still call it Cindy's?
Cindy's, yeah.
It's still Cindy's.
Yeah.
It's still Cindy's.
Balari, innit?
Bolari on a
Yeah,
Friday.
that's the thing, innit? They have a lot of like old names.
Yeah,
switch to
yeah,
different names.
that's Cambridge.
Some stuff don't change, man.
So basically, Cindy's is a club in Cambridge where it's not called Cindy's anymore. It's called Balari, I think. But
Yeah, that's the
that was like the
official
name
name.
from years ago.
yeah,
And people still use that. And
Cindy's.
yeah, it's got a bit of a reputation, Cindy's.
Sticky
Cindy's.
floor.
What's the other
and
place?
There was Fez as well.
Fez,
No, but
Life.
the other Life. That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Like the one you go downstairs.
Yeah.
yeah. Padre, why you laughing?
I can't remember
Yeah.
life now. Is that
It's the one you
that
went
became Lola
downstairs,
Lowe's?
nah?
It's like a
No,
red
Lola
flag
Lowe's.
to be caught in life. It's
It's
like
a red flag.
a red flag to be caught in life.
Really?
Yeah.
No, so Lola Lowe's, that was, what was that? Oh, well, we're going back.
Where's
Soul
Lola
Tree.
Lowe's?
Soul Tree.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah,
That used
Soul
to
Tree.
bang, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
This
Soul
was
Tree.
before your time.
Was it before?
Yeah, Soul Tree was before you, so
Yeah.
before Lola Lowe's.
I think the year I
Now.
joined, that's when they
Yeah.
blocked it
Because
off.
it's
Because I
done.
remember people
And-
talking about
yeah.
like,
Soul Tree was
R&B
sick.
Soul Tree was sick, man. It was
Yeah.
sick. Like, it was
What day of the
actually
week?
missed
sick.
out, boy.
Huh?
What day of the week was that?
Was that Friday as well? I remember going once on a Friday to
Maybe.
Soul Tree.
In my head, it was a Wednesday. Not a
I
Wednesday.
think I've done a Wednesday as well.
But,
Tried to avoid Cindy's as well. As much as
Soultree was like
Tuesday.
the club where they had like black music essentially, like,
Yeah.
and it wasn't kind of
Wasn't
this kind
corny.
of, yeah, it
was
wasn't
actually
like that, in
genuine.
an ironic way that
Yeah.
sort of home counties, middle class people can enjoy grime. It was just like
they'll
this
play
is the
you.
music
Yeah.
that
This
we
is
do.
when I remember when I went Cambridge first time, and I went to Soultree, and they were playing like Afrobeats wasn't really popping then. It was that kind of like
but that was the start though.
yeah.
That's
So
the thing.
they were
That's the,
doing like that kind of normal like 5-track rounds. So it was like the P Square, No One Be Like You.
yeah.
It's like the old tracks.
Azonto days,
yeah,
innit?
Azonto days.
yeah.
Peak
And I was like,
Azonto
right,
days.
I'm hearing P Square in Cambridge. I was like, wow, this is a bit mad still. That was
Yeah.
in Soultree, and then this was the time when it was like when basically Bashment was like just had put this way. Afrobeats hadn't overtaken like Bashment in that
Not
way.
yet, yeah.
Not yet. So it was like literally just that was all it was, and then you get a little 5-track Afrobeats thing for you, and that was a long time ago, man.
yeah, man.
Sounds
I
like
remember
there were
hearing
more
like
club
Crazy
nights.
Cousins, huh?
Sounds like there were better club nights in your time than mine, to be fair. Because
don't
right
know, I
now,
would-
it's Friday Cindy's and
Yeah.
then Sunday Fez is shutting down.
Oh, is
Really?
it?
Yeah, it's shutting down because not enough people go anymore.
Really?
Like in Freshers, that's the one event that I really enjoyed.
Fez,
but then
yeah.
as the year progressed, people started going less
Why
and
is that?
less. I don't even know, because I think Sunday is just a weird day for some people. But then Friday, everyone's kind of just happy the week's ending,
Yeah.
kind of everything's dying down. And so Friday Cindy's is really big. And I like it because it's
You like it, yeah?
townies as well.
Oh, yeah, it's
So,
Friday night.
Town
yeah.
versus Gown.
Yes,
do you
Bolari night.
want to
Yeah.
explain that Town,
Town
versus Gown?
I mean, I've never heard of town versus gown, but for what I know, townies it's like a term that people use for, or like people in the university use for like people that don't go to university. So like
The locals.
residents,
the
the
locals.
locals, yeah.
And ARU and
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So I
Gown
think
is like if you
I
study at
prefer Friday
Cambridge,
Cindy's because
and Town is anyone else, basically.
okay, that makes sense.
Town versus Gown.
Yeah. The thing is, I remember like the town nights were always better.
They were
than
better, man.
Yeah.
100%.
I bet even going to. I remember going to. I used to go to Spoons.
This is what I was about to say. I remember.
What,
yeah,
Danger
on the Saturday
Spoons?
night.
Yeah,
Saturday-
bro, this is the thing. This they still call it Danger Spoons.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. Yeah, this is the annoying thing. Like, so I used to tell people, I'm going to Spoons
On a
and
Saturday night,
on,
and they get
on a
scared.
Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I'm going. You're going to Danger Spoons. And
Yeah,
I was
you're
like,
brave.
What's dangerous about it? It was like, there's loads of townies. It was like, listen, like.
Oh, is that why they call it?
Yeah,
Normal people.
normal people.
Oh.
Bro, it's literally just like. And the thing is, I've gone to. I used to go to Spoons on a Friday, not regularly. Actually, no, quite regularly. You go for like maybe 2 pints and you walk home, and it used to just be fun. Like you just sit, you just drink with your mates. Someone else will come and talk to you. You talk to them, and just because they're normal,
It just felt vaguely normal and familiar.
It's a normal interaction. It's
Yeah.
like I could be in a Spoons up in
Yeah.
Liverpool Street, and it feels no different to being in that big Spoons in Cambridge. But oh my gosh, you're going to Danger Spoons. Why are you going there? And it's like, mate, I actually remember a story of a guy who went to Homerton. He went to quote Danger Spoons unquote, right? And he basically got punched up by someone there, but basically because he was talking up to the guy.
Yeah.
And he was talking, I'm such and such a person, who are you? Guy punched him up, and I was like, listen. The place you cannot go and start talking mad to someone is in a pub.
This is the thing. I
Like,
think the
just
reason
don't do it.
The
Like-
reason why students at Cambridge have this thing of spoons being dangerous
Dangerous.
is because when they go there,
Yeah.
they're like anybody else.
Yeah.
they're not in the, they're
You're
not protected
you're
by the
not- you're
bubble
not-
anymore.
It's not like you're some special. It's like
you're in the
are a
real
normal
world.
person,
Yeah.
and it's like if you actually talk smack to someone,
They'll
you
punch
will
you
get
up.
punched up, and that's what happened to this.
Like
this
anywhere
kid, innit?
else.
It's like life, innit? Do you know what I mean? That's why it's called Danger Spoons. But
Yeah.
honestly, like, yeah, I used to go quite often. It was fun, man. You used to go get a little bit of food. You have a couple of pints. You'll talk to someone else. You might talk about the football or whatever's going on, and then you go your way. Do you know what I mean? It's a normal pub session, but
You definitely noticed that. Like, you definitely noticed a tendency of the non-ethnic people in the university to like withdraw from club nights that aren't purely Cambridge people. Because it's almost like they do feel like they don't have as much kind of power or like as much of a, clout in that environment. So like Friday Cindy's, they don't really want to.
anything.
They don't really want to go as much. They kind of like Wednesday Cindy's where you need
very
to show
telling.
your Cambridge ID to go in because it's all students.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That
You have
kind
to
of
do
thing.
that?
Yeah. They
I
do.
don't remember doing that.
I remember having to get your Cambridge pass out.
Bruh.
Because that's
To get
just
into
a
Cindy's.
Cambridge club
Yeah.
night,
I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
Happened to me once or twice, I think. Yeah, I'm going back a long way, but
Some people even forget their driver's license or whatever, and they had and like the Cambridge ID is enough, which is a bit weird because I know some people get into uni early, so you know you could be letting someone underage in. But
That's really crazy. I didn't know you needed Cambridge ID.
yeah, for that club night because I think it's just Cambridge in general.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
But it sounds like nothing has changed on that front.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of old traditions that you can just tell have just been around for ages. But yeah.
What was go on?
No, I was gonna ask like matriculation and like
That's
the
the
dinners
just
and
gonna
that
ask
stuff.
that,
How
yeah,
have
yeah.
you how did that
Formal
go?
dinners.
I just realised my etiquette is not that good. Like, I was fighting thoughts.
Hey,
oh my
that's the
days.
realness.
Oh my god.
What kind of stuff? Like,
So the whole you have to wait for everyone around you to get their food before
you
they
can
eat.
eat.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that one's kind of
You were hungry, innit?
Yeah, because
What, the whole
some
high,
people,
the high table thing?
yeah, some people follow it and some people don't. Like, at the side, is it like a square or? Like a
yeah,
square
I remember
around?
like the people like to the left, right, and in front of you.
Yeah.
have to have their food before you can start eating.
Oh, they
There's like an
remember that.
Really?
unmentioned.
Oh no, I
rules.
didn't
Slow
know that.
down.
I went the whole 3 years not like.
Yeah,
I didn't know this.
But I
must have
think
thought
I don't know if it's a
rude guy.
Cambridge thing or it's just like
I've
a
always,
kind of
no,
polite
I've
society
always thought
thing.
it's polite. Like I don't know, like, 'cause
Yeah.
like if I go out to work with colleagues and stuff like that, and you're getting food,
Yeah,
You wait.
Like,
yeah.
you wait till everybody.
at
But
least
because
for 2
of,
or 3 minutes before the person says, "Please go and eat." My
Yeah,
food's taking
yeah.
time. You know,
it's just because the tables are so long at Cambridge, it
It's just
can't be
left, right, and
Yeah, it can't be everybody.
Yeah, got you. Oh, I didn't know that still.
Yeah,
But
so that
so
was weird.
You were
And-
hungry and you started.
Yeah, and the thing is, so like, I just expected it to have halal food, so I put in a dietary requirement for matriculation before I got there.
Yeah.
But it didn't have halal food, so I was on the vegetarian menu
Yeah,
for
I
the
hear
whole night,
Oh.
and that was just the worst experience because the vegetarian food, like, it's not even being vegetarian that's bad. It's the food that they
Provided.
that college class is vegetarian that was really bad, and the whole experience was just food wise not the best. But I did like kind of matriculation because I think that's one of the most Cambridge things you do during the year, like the whole taking photos, walking in your gowns, talking to your supervisors. Like I was sat pretty close to a supervisor of mine during the matriculation dinner, and it was a very slow conversation. But you know, it was all right. Like it got into it in the end, and then like throughout the year, it ended up being one of my better supervisors. So
Yeah,
yeah, it was good to start that relationship with them kind of early on.
yeah. Cool, man.
Nice. And can you, by the way, can you cook at Claire? Like you got your own cooking
Yeah.
facilities and stuff, and
Not
that's
the best at all. So we have a hot plate, a microwave.
Wait, that you
And
share
a
or is
small
in your
fridge.
room?
No, we share this in the gym. Between like 5-6 people.
Remember
Yeah,
that
it's
word?
so
So bad.
Jip,
So
you know.
Remember that?
so
Yeah.
bad. The gym is just like a small kitchen.
Yeah,
I always
yeah,
call it a
yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah, it's
It's
barely
barely
a
a
kitchen.
kitchen. Yeah.
Where does that
Yeah,
word come
kitchen.
from? Jip. What is it? Was it?
Don't know.
You remember? That's one piece of vocabulary that I completely like. I just forgot about that. Yeah. So
One
one.
time everything I cooked was pan fried, like chicken breasts. Because I was trying to, add muscle.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
So I started, clearly it didn't work.
Yeah.
But
No, it's
yeah, I was
possible.
just trying to add weight on. So
Yeah.
I was doing pan fried chicken breast. I couldn't do anything in the oven. So
At least
That
you
was
had
a bit
oven.
annoying.
Wait, did you have an oven or not?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say. I
No
know some
oven.
colleges had an oven.
We only had an
No,
oven
didn't.
in
We had a
final
microwave.
year.
I just only
Actually, no,
had
in second year we had an oven.
I had a
Bro.
hob. Like the 3 years, but I didn't have anything else.
Bro, my first year kitchen, they actually made a case study about us for the cleaning staff. Because,
Really?
you know when people stop cleaning and then it gets out of hand?
Us.
That's what happened to us like in the middle of the
mad
second term.
Mad thing.
So it meant by the end of the final term, like our kitchen was like a biohazard. Like
That's
Mildewy everywhere.
foul.
That's so
really
mad.
bad.
That's
And the thing is,
disgusting.
me, I'm not an unhygienic person.
Yeah.
But I was living with maybe 6 or 7 other people in my corridor. So like you're fighting an uphill battle. So I just, I was like, I'm not using this kitchen no more. So I stopped using it. But they literally made a case study about how
Really?
to deal with students that refuse to clean.
Really?
Yeah, because the cleaners were like trying to use all these different tactics to like force us, encourage us to clean, and like none of us did. Yeah. Not my proudest moment, but when you're sharing with 7 other people, it's just
What
like,
can you do? Yeah, I think I shared with 8 most of the time, to be honest. Yeah. But we had quite, it was like a
it was
large
probably
kitchen,
bigger,
to be
yeah.
fair. So I think sometimes we had 2 hobs or something. So it was kind of adequate enough. And what about, just trying to go back, brunches on the weekend? Is that something that you lot
Brunches.
still do or not
yeah,
really?
so
Like,
from my understanding, like there was obviously the college brunches, but what was quite nice is there was quite a few BME brunches as well.
really?
So they'd change like which college it was hosted week to week. But no,
okay.
quite
Was
a few
that-
like Medwards, Homerton.
Was that
Cambridge
like
thing or
ACS
ACS
or
thing? Or?
like
Nah,
Black
not even
Students Campaign?
ACS, just BME in general.
Okay.
And it was intercollegiate, so like everyone from all colleges kind of drop in, drop out.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, man, that would have been sick, man.
Because we had like a little informal thing where we used to go
to Cats.
Cats.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cats brunch
yeah,
on
yeah.
Sunday.
Hey, that was good,
Yeah,
you know.
Sundays was
That
decent.
brunch was wicked.
Yeah.
It's like in your friendship group.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
man.
And
wavy, man.
your first bop, what was that like?
My first pop.
OT
Oh,
Bob.
the fan
Oh
one
yeah,
pop is-
so Clarence, I think it was.
Oh, Clarence was good though. That's the
yeah.
thing. Claire actually put on
So
really
every
good.
Friday.
I remember
I went to
Yeah.
Pop at Claire. Yeah. It was
Like,
kind of
Claire's
wavy
the go-to
still.
for that. It was kind of nice because I like that because
So what's a bop? Just explain to people.
our bop I say is like a school disco kind of party in Cambridge, and then some of them like are done as silent discos, right? So like you kind of have
Headphones and all that.
yeah. I mean, I only experienced that during the May ball,
Yeah,
but I know
yeah,
some colleges do it on a weekly basis.
Oh really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But nah, Clarence was really good because it does kind of mix that whole Cambridge nightlife, but it kind of simplifies it, so it's a bit more social.
Yeah.
And what Claire does is like every week, every Friday, they'll do Claire X another college. At least for the
really?
first few weeks of first year.
collab.
Yeah, so
Back
it was
to
really
back.
good opportunity to meet
College
loads
one,
of
college
people.
two.
Exactly.
Because they got a good venue, haven't they?
And they got the sellers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, that was good,
It
man.
was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, your college is alright for that still, man.
So for that, I just met loads of different people, talked to loads of different people, and it's one of those spaces where you don't have to enjoy the music because there's also like people to interact with. And the first one I went to, I think it was it called Fluorescence? So you kind of had to like just wear anything that would probably glow in that kind of fluorescent light. Yeah, so that was kind of edgy, but it was yeah.
And I don't know. Let's talk about. I do want to talk about studies at some point, but not for a while. Let's talk about not for a while. We won't put you through it just yet because we're still going through it.
Still
now,
recovering.
Yeah, like what societies and like sports club or music. What kind of like extracurricular activities did you get involved in? How did you find it in terms of balancing it with your studies and just all of that? So what did you get involved in?
Yeah, so I think off the bat, I was really into football just in sixth form. So I did that on a college level because I like it, but it's not my best sport. On a uni level, I did athletics.
Okay. Oh, did you?
Yeah. So
Does that mean they put you in the wing in football?
I was actually a wing. The thing is, on the
Did you
football
ask to be or they just put you?
Yeah, I asked to be.
Okay.
But like on the football, the thing is, I had to own certain things because on the football registration, like for the college, they were like, put down your position and what player you're most like. Bro,
they're asking you to, like, you know when you were young, I'm Ronaldo, I'm this and this. Is that
I'm
what
going to
they're
have to
making you
put
do?
down Wilfred Zaha or something before someone comes up to me and starts passing it as a joke. So yeah, just owning things. But no, like, there was a weird dynamic in the college football team that ended up making me like kind of stay off of it a bit.
What kind of dynamic?
So it's run mainly by students, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to start dropping names, but I think just in that environment, it was very evident that like the captains or like the people kind of in charge were kind of more just picking their friends week in, week out. And the thing is, it kind of meant that me being kind of quieter at the start of the term, no matter how well I played or how well I thought I played, I still feel like I wasn't going to get picked as much for that like the weekend match or whatever. So that kind of made me a bit standoffish because I just off the bat felt like my efforts weren't going to be, translating into actual football. And which is kind of fair because college football is less serious. So I couldn't really argue with it too much kind of thing.
Were there a lot of socials tied up with the football team as well?
Yeah, a lot.
Did you go on those? How'd you find them?
Nah, so it kind of put me off because I don't know, like, there's a kind of big culture in drinking societies. So I think early on, not even related to football, I was invited to...
Do you want to explain what a drinking society is as well?
Yeah, so I don't know, like, I think they're kind of evident at other unis as well, but in Cambridge, like, some of them do have a reputation of getting a bit elitist or... It's just people that kind of have fun and games with like drinking games and they go out, they tend to do it in the form of swaps. So one society with another society or like one college with another one.
And you used to tend, I remember it being like a group of guys in a drinking society from one college meeting a group of girls from a drinking society in another college.
Yeah.
Like in a formal swap way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember it being that way.
And isn't it? I don't know if it's the case for all colleges, but I know at least in my one was kind of like invitation only.
Yeah.
So like,
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You get a little ting in your pigeonhole, like, or someone comes speak to you, like,
I
do you want to join the?
Yeah,
One of them
it's very cliquey now that I think.
It is.
I mean, obviously it was cliquey, but I
Yeah.
forgot that there was like a selection process.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
invited to mine and I went out once or twice, but I wasn't really on it too tough. So I was just like, nah.
I think it was like my first, maybe second night. My college mum was part of one of the drinking societies. So she invited me and Simone out. I think Simone's college mum was another person in that drinking society. And literally, like, I think it's probably my first or second night, but it was like the most debaucherous night.
Yeah, it's debauchery, bruv. It's actually
Like-
debauchery, bruv.
When
Yeah.
I couldn't believe, like, because the whole Cambridge experience wasn't that alien to me because of the school that I'd been to, right? So
True.
this year was
Bancroft.
different.
Yeah,
Bancroft.
yeah.
How
But
did you
this
know?
year was
So
different.
I went to King Solomon.
Okay.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh, but I can
so
say-
this whole ends, and I think, I know that Bancroft was like part of district as well.
Yeah,
So your triple jumper was like my rival.
your nemesis.
Yeah, because there's always
swear.
1 and 2.
What's his name?
Is it Siame or something?
Okay.
Tall guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also know kind of just from Instagram, like, I think some people shouted you out saying, "Oh, fellow Bancroftian."
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
do you know,
yeah.
like,
Bait him up
you know,
now.
like maybe Lana or something.
Maybe, yeah.
India, I don't know. Quite a few people.
Yeah.
Just follow you, so I kind of put it together. But yeah,
Yeah, I was I'm still old Bancroftian.
Yeah.
But what was I saying? Yeah, so that night, like, I'm used to that kind of
No,
posh,
but you lot weren't
posh
drinking
people.
at this time though. That's the
No, I know, but
that's
I'm
the difference. Isn't
basically
it?
what I'm trying to say is I'm used to when rich people carry on like they own the place and they do nuts things. Like we had like 18-year-old birthday parties and things like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'd
yeah,
you know them kind of. So I'd kind of been in those kind of environments where people just carry on mad. But this night was different. Like people. So Simone, my friend, our friend, she was wearing like, I don't know who told her to do this, but she was wearing like a really nice dress, an expensive dress. It was like a designer dress. I can't remember what I was wearing, but it was like something smarter than usual.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we go to this restaurant. And it's one of them restaurants where it's bring your own booze. It's like an Indian restaurant. And
I know the one.
I know
I think
where
it's
he's
called like
going.
Mahal or something.
Taj Mahal.
I think it's just called Mahal.
Yeah.
And then we get there and I'm thinking, okay, I already know what the deal is.
You
like,
know where this is
I know
going as
it's
well,
going.
don't you? We all know where this is going, man.
I don't think you do. Like,
Go.
it was just a bit wild. So I get in and I'm like, raw, okay, so just bring your own booze. Everybody's very rowdy. I come in and there's like literally a guy like dancing on the table. So I'm like, okay, it's one of them nights then. And you can see the owner, like, he's there like, okay,
It's visibly frustrated.
like I'm obviously earning a lot of money from this, but why are you on the why are you doing this in my restaurant? And then we're eating, and then there's people with like super soakers shooting people and stuff like that. With, like, at first it started off with water, and then they started putting red wine in the thing. And Simone got hit with red wine.
Oh, on the dress.
Yeah, on her dress, and that's when obviously she started switching.
Yeah.
And then they started kind of gaslighting her and like, no, you're it's not that deep, blah blah blah, not in those words.
Yeah.
So I'm having to defend Simone, and then meanwhile, while all of this is going on, my college corridor mate, he's sort of next to me, and he's just quietly trying to eat. Poor guy. He went Chigwell, by the way.
Oh.
And he's just trying to eat. And this guy walks in, another guy walks in, and he's literally just wearing like a silver thong. Like that's all he's wearing, like this kind of glittery thong. Like he's like naked bar this thong. And he's got a tumbler in his hand, and he finishes off his drink and then throws it across the room. And it hits somebody in the back. I don't know if it's their head or whatever, but it hits someone in the back and just smashes. And literally everybody stopped eating to see like what was that smash.
Yeah.
And then literally paused for like a second or two and then just carried on eating, carrying on. All the hubbub and everything started again. That's how normal it was.
That's what
This guy in the phone comes over to like near where we are. He stands right next to my mate. I'm not gonna drop his name. I almost dropped his name. And he's eating, just trying to get through the night.
Keep your head down.
My man whips out his thing and starts swinging it around like literally centimeters from his food. This was the first like. This is nuts.
Okay.
So that was I think it was my first or second night in Cambridge, like night out. And after that, I was like, I'm not doing drinking societies. Like you lot, this is a different level of fun.
Experience.
It was the pure debauchery. I was just like, this is not me at all. So
see, I think you've probably seen the worst of them. I do feel like there is like a spectrum. Like a few of them are kind of more tame and they are like more geared towards the fun of it. But yeah, I have kind of heard of those kind of things happening. And I think right before I started, I watched a movie called The Riot Boys. Okay. I don't know if any of you have watched it, but it's kind of based in Oxford and it's based off like an Oxford drinking society.
Okay.
And it's a bit of a thriller, so it kind of takes it too far, but it does show some reality to what they can be like. So in my first week, I did kind of get invited to a drinking society. I think it was like a girls one versus freshers boys. So from my understanding is like the drinking society kind of handpicked freshers boys, either who they thought that were cool or like good looking or whatever.
Handsome young man.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, that's the thing, because I don't know why I was picked. I mean, like, too modest. I could be very cynical. I could be very cynical and think it was the black guy kind of card. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
Okay. Put him on a wing.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so like my college dad, who's also like a black medic from Uganda, and he's in second year at Clare. So he was very quick to kind of see the invite on Facebook and just sit down with me and level with me. He said, you know what, like, you're at uni, you should try things, but from what I understand, this is how this kind of thing is set up. So it kind of gave me the information to make my own kind of opinions and decide whether I wanted to go or not. In the end, I didn't go. And like having kind of seen it on socials when it did happen, the theme was anything but clothes. So people kind of rolled up to the whole restaurant wearing like bin bags and basically anything but actual clothes. And it was a bit, just from the theme alone, I was kind of wishing, I was glad I didn't go. So yeah, that was kind of my first exposure to them.